So just recently, Google came out with Google Stitch, which bills itself as the AI native software design canvas, essentially attempting to allow you to create design systems, web and mobile UI prototypes, and then launch that into a real-life product. This is probably where the design industry is headed, sort of a Figma of the future, maybe. One of the novel things about Stitch is just how fast it is to prototype without knowing any design, and also how it'll generate a design system for you. In this video, I'm going to go over how it works, things that I've learned, and then give you my honest thoughts and feelings about the product. Google Stitch, like Lovable, Replit, or Figma Make, is essentially an environment for LLMs to generate code in and deploy quickly. To the user, like you and me, this happens under the hood, chat on the left and output on the right. But the core problem that Stitch is probably trying to address is that these tools are slow and just not really good design tools. They have to generate all their code from scratch, and they're going to focus on like functionality over form. Where Google Stitch is different is it seems to be built for rapid creation and prototyping. Not only is the environment set up, but things like button components are already set up in the backend, essentially. So how do we use Google Stitch? Well, we just have to ask it to build something. So I'm on their website right now, and let's say I want to build like a cutesy mobile chat app for talking to animals. I have no idea what this could look like, but I want to see some ideas. Create a mobile chat app with a colorful UI. You can chat with cute animals, 8-bit Tamagotchi vibes, make multiple screens. And all we have to do is send that and it will start working instantly. Okay, so literally in about 40 seconds, we have a full mockup of the idea available. This is basically way faster than Figma Make or Lovable. You can see the first thing that it built was a design system here. I first figured out colors, fonts, button types, navigation, etc., and then created a simple product flow for kind of what it imagined our concept to be. Now, if we just go up here and click the instant prototype button, it'll hook these screens up and just give us an actual live product demo in just a few seconds here. Okay, so it generated us a real life prototype here that we could hypothetically click through and see it in action. Obviously, this is a ridiculous product idea, but maybe it could be #1 on the App Store, who knows? So if I just go back to the prototype, to the canvas, we can start to make changes. So what I could do is I could be like, I don't really like this chat section here, and I can click generate and do some variations here. I don't really like these chat bubbles, so I want to do something a little bit different. Do some variants with the chat bubbles and just click generate variants. Right before I started recording this, I tried this and it wasn't working, so I'm glad that it worked out. Okay, so it generated 3 variants of additional possibilities here. Honestly, I quite like this one. I really like this retro terminal theme. So what if we wanted to take this further, and where do we go from here? Let's say I really like this frame. I can just click this and click export here, and we have a few different options. I could literally copy this as Figma frames, but it's strictly HTML to Figma, not really copying as a proper finished UI with tokens or components, but that would probably be the right direction if you're just using this for early concepting. Alternatively, we could just go and grab the DESIGN.md file that Google generated for this app. So we just go here, and they called it Arcade Heartbeat, and click edit, and we just switch over to DESIGN.md right here, and we can see it show up. And you can see what a design markdown file is doing. It's just context telling the model not only how things should look, but when and where to use certain ideas. So you could just grab this, throw it into Claude Code or Codex or whatever, and start building with this if you wanted to. But could we take this into fully functional app territory just from these prototypes? Like maybe I want to get this out the door to show somebody like an investor or a client or something like that. We can actually throw this into Google's AI Studio here. So let's say I really like this frame right here. We just select AI Studio right here and click build with AI Studio. So we can see that it brought over a screenshot and the HTML of the mockup that I created, and it gave us a default prompt. So we can just go ahead and click build. Okay, it finished up here. Generally, AI Studio just takes 5 to 10 minutes or so for it to bring something to life. But here we have a real working example where we can literally interact with our app now. We have some buttons here. Let's see if we can send a message. We can. and it actually responded, which is cool. I actually did another run last night that I thought was a little bit cuter, and this is what it made, which I love. I love this little animation that it did, actually. And this profile picture is hilarious. From here, if you actually wanted to publish this and host it yourself, I suggest syncing to GitHub here under the share settings and then deploying it to like Vercel. You could use Claude Code or Codex to figure that out for you. So that's essentially what we can do with Google Stitch. With that said, I have some major issues that I hope Google can figure out in the future. The first is that the designs are just bad. They're really, really bad. I think it's to do with the limitations of how Stitch is working and running in the background to be as quick as it is. It's just effectively theming and putting components together. That's at least my theory of how it's so fast, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. But when you're comparing it up against the other tools in this space, it's pretty rough. I also think that a huge missed opportunity here is the design system concept that I hope that they improve on. The thing is, if you have a good design system, it solves a lot of these problems that Stitch is already having. I don't know what happened to the design system here, so I'll pull it up from another file. But anyways, I feel like this is probably designed by a non-designer. I'm not really sure, but none of this information is particularly useful to me. Colors and some fonts are cool, but that doesn't take me long to figure out myself, and I could make it more specific to a project as a designer. The reality is that models don't know how to design. They're really undertrained on design right now, and that's going to change really quickly in the future. But for now, they don't know what looks good and what looks bad, and you can see that in the designs that it made here for us. So does that mean that Google Stitch is useless? Well, I don't think so. Despite these issues, it's pretty difficult to oversell how useful it can be to generate so many different screens so quickly. Information and how that information is structured is really the name of the game with UI, and this could help a lot. So is Google Stitch going to replace Figma? I think this type of product will in the future, but for right now, it's just a tool. If you're a designer, this can be useful for just making wireframes to take over to Figma today. If you're a founder or project manager or just don't know how to design, this could be a great tool. And you can quickly zone in on generally what your product needs to be and how it should work. Anyways, let me know if this video was helpful at all. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or new video ideas, and definitely get subscribed if this type of video is your jam.